Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades as per usual. Let's dive right into the analysis. Another update today in the markets, and not a significant update, but it was still an update. And I believe the S&P today hit 5,000 finally. So we actually had a high of 5,040 cents. Yesterday was 4,999.89. So again, today we've hit the historical high of 5,000. So now we could cross off the list. Very, pretty lackluster day, I would say, in the SPY, in the Dow Jones and the triple Qs. But man, oh man, what an update today in the IWM. So maybe we'll start off with that one, and then we'll take a look at the SPY. So again, I did say that we would enter this buy area here, this buy zone on the SP 500. So now we are making a nice wave one towards the upside, and we should continue higher in a wave, final wave three, and then that should, it should truncate around this area, start to lose some momentum, and then we'll start to pull back, and then the final fifth wave up as well. So again, the IWM has a lot of catching up to do. There's going to be some resistance here from this downsloping trend line right around 197. Might be a little bit of a nice short entry if you're trying to look for a potential pullback in wave two. But don't get too excited just yet. We could still pump up much higher, and then we might even see resistance around 200, right? So this thing can take off pretty quickly. It's already up in the after hours, I believe. So again, I already took my profits on the day trade that we entered, or some profits, I should say, because we are still in the trade. But again, overall, nice play on the IWM. Let's take a look at the SPY now. So let's head over to the SPY. So the SPY is continuing kind of to building a base here, I would say. It might still chop around these levels for some more time, but overall you should get ready and potentially start to take off higher. But we are getting a lot of selling at these levels. 5,000, big psychological level, new all-time highs. Looking at the wave edge, we are getting some selling on the SPY, on the daily, on the diamonds, on the triple Qs, and then when we head over to the futures, right, you could see some more significant selling here on the futures. So you're seeing a lot on the Dow Jones, the S&P, the triple Qs, the Nasdaq, not as much, and then nothing really on the Russell 2000, and then we on the same thing, right? So you're getting lots of selling here. So you're seeing some profit taking, but is it time to be concerned, panic? Well, you look at wave edge, still have a lot of momentum going towards the upside. Weekly time frame, lots of momentum as well. No significant top in place, but again, once we do print a red dot here and we don't get over this momentum wave, you have bearish divergence on the weekly, and that would be dating back from 2021 all the way to today. So that would be maybe a nice little setup for a potential short on the market. When we look at the monthly, nothing yet, and nothing of a slowdown. So again, it's just continuing to chop higher here, and I expect to see higher prices as well. And that's what we've been getting. Let's take a look at some individual names now. Let's take a look at ROKU. We'll start off with ROKU, and then we'll head over to StarBucks. So ROKU pulling back just a bit today. Getting a bit of a cooling off period. It did get a nice little rally. It's still up on the day though. So again, I expect this to continue up in a three-wave move. This would be your one, probably pull back in 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you have earnings later on in February. So maybe that's what spikes it up finally to the higher levels here. And then maybe we get rejected. And let's take a look at the Starbucks. Starbucks had a nice little update today as well, continuing in a C leg here in a three-wave move. A three-wave move, but this is going to be your 5 waves of the C leg. So you should continue to move higher here. Not really seeing anything bad. If you take out this high here, then you should have a continuation in wave 3. And no significant top should be put in place just yet. I think we still have more upside in Starbucks. Let's take a look at Unity Software. So Unity Software is coming out of this downsloping trend line now. So we do have a clean break on the 45-minute. Looking at the 4-hour, you have a break on the RSI, you have a break on the price. So now this should start a 5-wave move up. right? And you entered the buy area. This was the buy area that I outlined, and we held it as support. So now you should be starting a 5-wave move. Okay, so that should play out nicely, and then we'll take it from there. Right, intermediate move. All right, and now let's head over to some other names here, more tech stock names. We'll take a look at Tesla. Tesla did enter the buy area, or a little bit, a tiny bit to the wick, and then we start to come out of it. Now, is Tesla's correction done? It could be, right? It could be, but I don't want to get your hopes up. I do have a target for a sell area right around 202 to 210, right? We should see some resistance there. Once we get to that level, you can exit your positions and hope for lower prices. But if we blast through this level here, trust me, we will most likely starting the wave 1, and that will be a whole new cycle up. And that could take weeks and months, but it's going to be very bullish for the Tesla stock price. But looking at the RSI, just climbing this much already on the 4-hour, maybe this will be the short setup, right? And we come back down and we form another bigger, larger bullish divergence, but we make a lower low in the price. And maybe that will be a bit of a pullback in the NASDAQ as well. Maybe that's going to be the wave 3 ending and we'll pull back. Okay, let's take a look here at some more names. Let's take a look at the TLT. I actually covered the TLT today because we have another down day in the TLT. Head over to the daily time frame. We did gap down today on the TLT, but I want to bring something to your attention here. So let me just pull this up. Let me see if I can find it. It was a very big print today on the TLT. I'll just save this image here and I'll open it up for you guys. Alright, it's taking a little bit longer than I expected. There we go. I'm going to pull it on my screen anytime now. Anytime. Is it loading? It doesn't seem to want to load. Okay. For some reason, it's not loading. Alright, anyways. Just to explain to you guys what picture I'm trying to show you, it was a number 2 or number 6 print that came here on the TLT in terms of a buy. So in my opinion, the institutions are going to defend this level here, right? Investment bankers, I met with one yesterday down when I was at my work, and they said that the financial institutions are looking for rate cuts, and that's basically it. So QE should be coming, and the rates should go much lower, which means the TLT should go much higher. When we take a look at the TLT on wave edge, let's see if we have any more significant buying on the 4-hour. Nothing yet. We got a red cross and then a price decline. Looking at the 1-hour, I'm not seeing any more buying here, but they are buying on the dark pool, so we might not see it appear here. Looking at the TLT on market cipher, you still have green money flow, although it is decreasing. Looking at the 4-hour time frame. Okay, no, never mind. I have the picture here on my Discord. I'll just pull it up. So you can see here the number 6 print. Yeah, so the number 6 print, and this was the number 1 print in January 18. So the biggest trade since inception on the TLT occurred here, and now the number 6. So it appears that they are defending this area. We got to bounce off that level too. Okay, and then let's take a look at the 4-hour. So 4-hour is actually showing that we should decline more with increasing red money flow, but don't bet the farm on it. It's still possible that we could go higher. But if you're conservative and you're trying to time the bottom of the TLT and you don't want to buy in too early, then you could wait, right? You could wait for the move to start, and if the move starts, then you can get in later, right? Technically, the B wave could still be in play, right? This does look like a potential ABC here, although this move is a little bit impulsive, so it could be an ABC. But I would think that the B wave is already in, and you're set to go higher. Let's take a look at some other names. More names. I had a big list before, but I think I knocked it down. I think I took a look at a lot of people's stocks. One that would be probably interesting would be Baba, probably Alibaba. Lots of people are selling this name, throwing it away. Although you look at the Hang Seng HSI, it is struggling still, but it's making technically higher lows. Could be setting up for a bear flag. Weekly time frame, very beat up, but not in the oversold condition yet. And the monthly time frame still has room to go. So we'll have to see. We'll take our time. with these trades. Nothing to rush here, but Baba, probably keep your eye on it. Nice potential buying opportunity if it does tag this low here at 58. PayPal, we'll take a look at PayPal. So PayPal, we had this mapped out as a bullish count. So this is quite unfortunate with earnings, and it's taken out these previous pivots. So this to me either shows that this is our wave 2 and this is the top of our wave 1, because you could still technically make 5 wave moves here. Sorry, 5 waves up. And then for a B wave retrace, this would actually be a nice setup for a B wave retrace. So I'll just move this over here, and then we'll extend the wave 1 here. And then right now you can clearly make, in my opinion, you can clearly make a 3 wave move down, which is your corrective wave, right? Now let's say that this is a huge buying opportunity for PayPal and we want to target for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the top of our wave A, which would be up here. And we're going to draw a fib from the bottom of the wave A. So draw a fib from the bottom to the top, and then you're going to drag it from the top all the way down to the top or the beginning of the wave, B, or sorry, the top of the wave B. And now you're going to find your target between the 100% retracement to the 1.618. So now you have a nice little target set up here. I'll draw it for you guys. So anything in this area here for PayPal should be a strong buy if this is counted correctly. If this wave 2 is to end, it should end in this area between 55 all the way to 49, right? Now that's the bullish count. If it's the bearish count and we're looking for a setup where the markets are going to dump this even more and it's going to go much lower, then you still have this buy area down here, which means this 5th wave never finished properly. And all this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5. But you have the Elliott wave break here, right? Which means this is maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could play it many different ways. Let me just count this as a cycle, or not a cycle, but a primary count. So it's interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how much lower PayPal can go. But looking at the RSI, 45 seems pretty finished there. 4 hour could still go a little bit more. So again, this buy area here, it's going to be interesting to see if this plays out. All right, that's it for PayPal. Let's take a look finally at some commodities. We'll cover natural gas. So again, natural gas, man, just getting beat up here. You broke through this upsloping trend line like butter. So this tells me that nat gas could possibly be headed lower. 1, 2, although this is very impulsive, it could be fading the low still. Let's take a look at market cipher, see what we got going on natural gas. Quite unfortunate, nat gas is the widowmaker, and they're known to be the widowmaker. Green crosses on the daily, 4 hour. You're getting a lot of buying here, though. You are getting some significant buying coming in for nat gas. You have a pivot to trade against, all right? So it's not all doom and gloom. You have a pivot to trade against down here for natural gas, which is technically, let me see here, how much lower is it? Let's see. It's going to be another 4% move lower, but you have pivots to trade against. So if you're looking for a long position, right around this area is where you probably want to be longing natural gas. It could be a very nice opportunity for a big pop in that gas. It could be a quick recovery, but if it cuts through it like butter again, then you're going to have some pretty big down days. The nat gas inventories came out today, and it slumped even lower. Daily time frame showing that it could extend further down. 4 hour time frame, lots of price manipulation being pushed down here. We'll have to take a look at Boyle and the dark pool trades and see how many shorts are there. But overall, it's a tough trade. It's a tough trade. But again, this is where you want to be buying your assets, right? You want to be buying these assets at the 40-year lows. Oil, big update in oil today. So right now this could be your 1-2, and then you can get ready to go in a 3-wave move up. Something like this. And this would be a smaller count. So that's your count for oil if it's going to keep going. And if we're going to draw a target, then you can, take a look. Where will we count this from? Probably here. Probably look for something like that, right around this area, between 88 and 84 to finish the wave 3. So that's the bullish count. I have a bearish count, not ready to share it yet. And that's it. That's it for oil. Let's take a look at the dollar. So the dollar getting a bit of a bounce today, or a little bit of an update. Tried to pierce the 100-day moving average, but got rejected and came back down. To me, it's possible. It's still possible that the dollar could be finished here, right? It could be finished, but we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. It can technically go higher, but we'll have to see, because rates are supposed to come down. But again, the market's very data reliant. CPI numbers are going to influence this significantly. I believe the CPI numbers are coming out next week on Tuesday. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and hope you liked the video. And if you did, leave a like and subscribe.